I broke my ceremonic mic yesterday. It was stupid of me because it's just like you stick the lightning port into the phone and then you basically can use the mic, right? And I bent it and I broke the lightning port. So I'll be heading to Bangkok later today, and tomorrow I'll get a new mic. So the audio may not be as good, but hey, you know, this is Wat Mahathat. This looks glorious. This was where we came for the night ceremony the other day. It was like 2 nights ago. Yeah, and it was just amazing at night with all the lights and the procession going around. So now we get to see it in the daytime, right? Right. Time for exploration. Walk with me in Wat Mahathat. Let's go. Ah, yes. I just missed that window where there wasn't anybody else, but now the big group has come. So, what I'm going to do is try not to go where they are and double back to the Buddha later, right? So, okay, let's walk the quieter part. Oh wow, I missed this the other night when I was walking behind in the dark. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, so well preserved. Oh wow. Okay, this officially gets bumped up to number 2 in my list of the best temple complexes or historical temple complexes and ruins to explore. Number 3, Ayutthaya. Number 2, Sukhothai. And number 1, dun, 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 Angkor. Angkor is not as well preserved or maintained or the grounds, but boy, when you walk into those temple grounds, you feel it, man, you feel it. Oh, look at this tree. These columns, they just remind me of Grecian columns, you know. Like in, what's that place? In Delphi, and also in Athens. if you notice something, even though there are like not many signs, nobody is sitting and having a picnic on the stones, on these ruins. Nobody's bringing food, sitting there, putting a picnic table, putting their plastic containers and eating on them. Which, you know, if this was somewhere else, it just might happen, right? People will just make a mess and treat it like somebody else would clean it up. Which I'm so glad this place, it doesn't happen. This respect and honor of the space. In this historical park, because Sukhothai was initially a Burmese empire, and then they got and the people of Sukhothai, which consisted of the Burmese and the Chinese that came from the north, and they married, intermingled, and decided that this is our place and we don't want to be part of the Burmese kingdom. So the Sukhothai Empire, which is the first Thai empire, was born. It started in the 1200s. It lasted about 200 years, and it went on a decline because of the Ayutthaya Empire. So the Ayutthaya Empire further down to the south came up, and Ayutthaya became the second Thai empire. And during this time, when Sukhothai was like in its prominence, because it broke away from the Burmese, right? So the Burmese army always wanted to attack Sukhothai to say, dude, you know, you're not supposed to be on your own. We are supposed to rule over you. Something like that, right? They say that, dude, in Burmese. And the defense was Kampeng Phet. They had to cross Kampeng Phet to get to Sukhothai. And that's what I understand from the gentleman who owned the guest house I was in. Kampeng Phet means diamond wall. And why it's called diamond wall? Because they were impenetrable. The Burmese couldn't get through Kampeng Phet to attack Sukhothai. And therefore, Sukhothai stayed strong for 200 years. And Kampeng Phet was the defense. In Gladiator, it would be like the shields, like, hoo, ha, So that would be Kampeng Phet. And that's why it's called Diamond Wall. That's what I understand anyway, because the owner of the hostel, of the guest house, and the son told me the same. I just love the name Diamond Wall. Oh. And because it came from the Burmese Empire and was the first independent sort of breakaway, the elements of the temples and structures include both Burmese structures, which is like what you see in well, the Burmese Empire would be the Angkor Empire. So that you would see influences or designs the same as in Angkor, part of it. But then when Sukhothai broke away, they started their own arts, culture, and if I'm not mistaken, right, don't shoot me if I'm wrong, they even that's when the Thai language and the Thai script started too. So Sukhothai was the birth of an independent Thai Siam identity. If I'm wrong, let me know, man. But this is what I understand. Alright, this is the back portion. We'll go through the back to see the Buddha, okay? Avoid all the tourists. Oh. Oh, I love this place. It's so easy to walk. So clean and so beautiful. I still can't get the Buddha in Wat Si Chum last night out of my mind. Man, this is beautiful. That was breathtaking. The journey to Sukhothai would have been worth it just to visit Wat Si Chum. And this is all like bonus, cow bonus, you know, like. It's so gorgeous. I met someone once, you know, that this was in Angkor, yeah. I was backpacker. He and his girlfriend came up from Sihanoukville. They were at Koh Rong, like for weeks, right? And he was complaining that he had to pay to enter the archaeological park in Angkor, which is not cheap, by the way. And the local Cambodians don't, right? So he was complaining, he was bitching about it while drinking a beer. It was in a bar on Pub Street. I was just there getting a drink after closing, you know, after Missing Socks closed, so I just went to get a beer. And he said like, you know, yeah, we were in Sihanoukville, you know, Koh Rong. We drank so much. We took drugs, you know, we spent our money there, you know, and I think it's just ridiculous that you have to pay to see a bunch of rocks, you know, and it's prejudice because, you know, Cambodians don't need to pay, but I need to pay. I'm the tourist coming into the country, you know, they should treat me equally. It's like, dude, your head, can you get it out of your ass for like 1 minute, you know? You don't even realize how privileged you are to be able to be in another country, treasuring, appreciating their culture and their country and spending your money and supporting them when probably 99 out of 100 people in this country that you're visiting now would never be able to afford to do exactly what you're doing. To fly from your country into this country, okay, to visit and see things. They will never most likely be able to do the same. A lot of them would not even be able to afford an air ticket or to fly overseas, all right? So how entitled can you be? Dude, did you go to University of Entitlement? You know? And he was saying like, oh, this is just a bunch of rocks. Like, in my mind, it's like, yeah, man. Angkor Archaeological Park is just a bunch of rocks. Just like the Mona Lisa is just a picture of a woman that's not even that pretty. I mean, but then again, I realized, hey, we all choose to see what we want to see. So I see beauty and awe in this, but I know a lot of people don't, and that's fine. But I just love it. This is amazing that this exists. The second Buddha, let's just say hi and pay our respects. Oh, coming back to the earlier story about, of course, then I kept quiet. You know, it was just going in my mind. But, you know, I wasn't criticizing him. It's just the way it is, you know, that some people just don't see, and a lot of us just don't see how lucky we are already and how much we already have. And we compare ourselves to others that don't even have a tenth of what we have and bitch about it, right? No, that's not right, dude. Even if you compare to people that has 100 times more than you have, more than we have, that's crazy, because it's not about how much we don't have, it's about how much we already have. So and when we focus on what we already have, we appreciate it more. We are more grateful for it. We realize how lucky we are, man. Don't compare, man. The other guy has more, or the other woman has more, you know. She has bigger tits. He has a bigger car, you know. Fuck that shit, dude. Seriously. Appreciate what you have. The fact that we're here, and the fact that I am now in Sukhothai, right? Walking in the temple grounds where this was formed 12th century. So yeah, 900 years ago, it was built by people who are long dead now, and they left this for us. Oh, wow. I don't know whether I'm supposed to kneel, but I would like to. Yes. Wait, did I go to that one? Oh, that's the main one. I circled around, yes. That's the main Buddha. Let's walk towards it. We are at the periphery. I don't know what stones those are. They do look a bit like gravestones, but maybe not. There's a pond. We are walking towards the Asian version of Corinthian columns. Oh, that's a big chetty. So being the birthplace of Thai culture, Sukhothai holds a very, I would say, what's the word for it? What a very important place in the hearts of Thailand, because a lot of things that the Buddhism, the language, the fashion, the culture came from here, and then expanded even more with the Ayutthaya Empire, and then to the present empire, which is Thailand today. And Thailand is such a frigging amazing country, man. Honestly speaking, right? Before this, all I knew of Thailand was pew, Bangkok, pew, Phuket, pew, Koh Samui, you know? And it was in and out. And even when you go to Bangkok, it's pew, Soi Cowboy, pew, Soi Nana, pew, shopping complex, pew, this, you know? Pratunam, Ratchara Market, it was just in and out, in and out. You don't know the place, man. It's just... Okay, the analogy is this. I'm not saying this, it just came to mind, right? So what I used to do is, and I do still a lot, you know, fly in, take the best and go out. And try this, right? Do this, and then fuck off, back home. And I was thinking about it, right? Why is this trip different from those trips? Flying in, shopping, doing all the stuff, and then flying out, it's almost like paying for sex, right? You go in, you have your stuff, bam, you're done, you get out. This trip is like getting to know somebody and slowly find yourself falling in love. Yeah, man. Fuck. That's an analogy, so. Oh, let me take that. All right, let's go. Oh, hello. You were all lit up 2 nights ago. I saw you at night and you were glorious with all the candles and the people walking around in the procession. And now I see you in the day and you're so peaceful. This is the main temple complex in Sukhothai, Wat Mahathat. And what Wat Mahathat means, and you will find different Wat Mahathats in different cities. Like Ayutthaya, there's a Wat Mahathat also, because essentially it means the temple of the grand relic. So a part of Buddha's relics were kept here at one point in time. And so this is the temple of the great relic. in Sukhothai, Thailand. And it's just amazing that it's been turned. It's just amazing that it's been turned into like a park-like setting that you can just stroll through, like strolling through a European garden, right? Yeah, except with like amazing relics. All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you later in the next.